Some SUVs have a reputation for being dependable family vehicles, the kind people expect to drive for 200,000 miles without breaking a sweat. But talk to enough mechanics and you'll hear a very different story. Because some SUVs that look reliable on the outside are quietly hiding expensive problems underneath the hood. I'm talking about transmission failures, electrical gremlins, and repair bills that can easily wipe out any savings you thought you were getting. And in today's market, where extended warranties, insurance rates, and maintenance costs can make or break your budget, choosing the wrong SUV can turn into a financial nightmare. So today, I'm breaking down 6 SUVs that look reliable, but mechanics say you might want to avoid. And trust me, the number 1 vehicle on this list fooled a lot of buyers. Let's start with a small SUV that looks stylish and practical at first glance, but mechanics know it can become surprisingly expensive to keep on the road. The Fiat 500X, a stylish SUV with a costly secret. This SUV looks stylish, compact, and practical, the kind of small crossover that seems perfect for city driving and weekend road trips. But talk to mechanics, and many of them will tell you the same thing. The Fiat 500X can become expensive surprisingly fast. Part of the reason is what's underneath the skin. The 500X shares its platform with the Jeep Renegade, and while that might sound like a good thing on paper, it also means it inherited some of the same reliability headaches. Owners frequently report electrical glitches, sensor failures, and transmission complaints, especially as the miles start climbing. Nothing that always destroys the engine overnight, but the kind of small, frustrating issues that add up over time. And when those problems start appearing outside the factory warranty, repair costs can stack up quickly. Then there's depreciation. The Fiat 500X tends to lose value faster than many competing SUVs, which means if you finance one new, you could end up owing more than the vehicle is worth within just a few years. So, while it might look like a smart little crossover at first glance, the long-term ownership costs can tell a very different story. But the next SUV on this list is far more common on American roads, and its reliability record hasn't exactly impressed mechanics either. The Ford EcoSport, the budget SUV trap. Ford launched the EcoSport in the US as an affordable entry-level SUV, but its long-term ownership data hasn't been impressive. Many models use a 1.0-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, which delivers modest power and can feel strained during highway driving or when the vehicle is fully loaded. Over time, mechanics often see issues related to turbo components, cooling systems, and sensors. Reliability surveys from organizations like Consumer Reports and J.D. Power have frequently placed the EcoSport near the bottom of the subcompact SUV category, especially when compared to competitors like the Toyota Corolla Cross or Honda HR-V. There's also the depreciation factor. Within 5 years, many EcoSport models lose well over 50% of their original value, which is worse than the segment average. For buyers who finance the vehicle, that rapid depreciation can leave them upside down on their loan. Another factor is insurance. Because of its repair costs relative to its value and accident statistics in urban markets, insurance premiums can be higher than buyers expect for such a small SUV. So while the EcoSport carries a familiar Ford badge, the data shows it hasn't matched the reliability or long-term value that many owners expect. But the next vehicle looks like a practical family bargain on paper, until you take a closer look at the transmission. The Mitsubishi Outlander, a bargain with a catch. At first glance, the Mitsubishi Outlander seems like a practical choice. It offers 3 rows in some versions, competitive pricing, and decent fuel economy, features that attract buyers looking for value in a family SUV. However, the long-term reliability picture is more mixed. Many Outlander models have used continuously variable transmissions, or CVTs. While CVTs can improve fuel efficiency, they've also been a consistent point of concern for mechanics. In higher mileage vehicles, technicians frequently report premature wear, overheating, or complete transmission replacement, which can cost several $1,000s once the warranty period ends. Another factor is performance under load. The Outlander's smaller four-cylinder engines often struggle when the vehicle is fully loaded with passengers or cargo. Over time, that constant strain can contribute to drivetrain wear. Then there's resale value. Compared with competitors like the Toyota RAV4 or Honda CR-V, the Outlander typically depreciates faster, meaning owners recover less of their purchase price when it's time to sell or trade in. None of this means every Outlander will fail early, but the data shows it hasn't consistently matched the durability of the segment's top performers. Now, the next SUV appears far more rugged and capable, but the real concern shows up once you look under the hood. The GMC Terrain, power that doesn't last. The GMC Terrain has the kind of design many buyers associate with durability. It looks solid, practical, and capable, exactly what people expect from an American compact SUV. But under the hood, certain engine options have raised concerns among technicians over the years. Earlier models equipped with 2.4-liter four-cylinder engines developed a reputation for excessive oil consumption. In some cases, owners reported needing to add oil frequently between service intervals. If that issue goes unnoticed, it can eventually lead to serious engine damage. Later versions introduced turbocharged engines to improve performance and fuel efficiency. While those engines deliver more power, mechanics often see problems involving turbo components, sensors, and cooling systems as mileage increases. Another pattern appears once these vehicles pass the 70,000 to 80,000 mile range. That's when repair costs can begin rising, especially if major components like the turbocharger or engine internals require attention. From a distance, the Terrain appears to be a dependable compact SUV. But long-term service records show that certain powertrains have struggled to maintain the durability buyers expect. And the next SUV carries one of the most recognizable names in the segment. Yet its mechanical history has raised plenty of eyebrows. The Jeep Cherokee, where the reputation cracks. The Cherokee name has been associated with off-road capability for decades. For many buyers, that reputation suggests durability and long-term dependability. But service records and technician reports show a more complicated picture. One of the most widely discussed concerns involves the 9-speed automatic transmission used in several model years. Owners and mechanics have reported problems such as rough shifting, hesitation during acceleration, and delayed gear engagement. In some cases, software updates helped reduce the symptoms, but complaints continued in many higher mileage vehicles. Electrical systems have also generated service visits. Mechanics often mention sensor malfunctions, infotainment glitches, and warning lights triggered by electronic modules. While not always catastrophic failures, these issues can lead to repeated trips to the repair shop. Warranty data has also reflected these patterns. Certain model years saw higher than average warranty claims compared with other compact SUVs in the same category. The Cherokee still offers solid off-road capability in some trims, but when it comes to long-term mechanical consistency, its record hasn't matched the expectations many buyers associate with the Jeep badge. But the number one SUV on this list might be the biggest surprise of all, because thousands of buyers chose it simply for the price. The Dodge Journey. Cheap to buy, costly to own. When the Dodge Journey first hit the market, it looked like one of the best bargains in the SUV world. It offered 3 rows of seating, a low starting price, and simple financing deals that made it very attractive to families shopping on a budget. For many buyers, it seemed like an easy way to get a spacious SUV without spending a fortune, but long-term ownership told a very different story. One major issue was the vehicle's outdated platform. Even in its later model years, the Journey was still built on technology that dated back more than a decade. Compared with newer competitors, it lacked the engineering improvements that improved durability and efficiency in other SUVs. Reliability ratings also reflected that aging design. In several industry studies, the Journey ranked near the bottom of the mid-size SUV category, with complaints ranging from drivetrain issues to electrical problems. Then there's the resale value. Because of its reputation and outdated design, the Journey tends to lose value much faster than most competing SUVs. Within a few years, many models are worth only a fraction of their original price. The key takeaway is simple. A vehicle's image doesn't always reflect its long-term reliability. Several of these SUVs look like sensible purchases at first: practical size, familiar brands, attractive pricing. But once they accumulate miles, patterns like transmission failures, engine problems, or rapid depreciation can turn them into expensive ownership experiences. That's why experienced buyers and mechanics focus on service history, drivetrain durability, and long-term reliability data, not just appearance or the badge on the grille. And sometimes, the smartest decision isn't choosing the SUV that looks the most reliable, it's choosing the one that actually proves it over time.